Hello friends, today we are going to explore WizIQ. WizIQ is a learning management system and it also enables us to conduct virtual classroom. Learning management system is a software application for the administration, documentation, tracking, reporting, automation and delivery of educational courses, training program or learning and development program. This concept has emerged directly from e-learning. LMS was introduced in late 1990s. So let's explore today with IQ. To begin with, we need to go to Google search and type for WizIQ. You can see the website www.wiziq.com. Click on this and you will be taken to the dashboard of WizIQ. On the dashboard, they enlist the features of WizIQ, which includes virtual classroom, online course creation, tests and assignments, mobile learning, e-learning analytics, and LMS e-commerce. They also provide integrations such as Moodle plugin, eFront module, WordPress plugin, Joomla plugin, Drupal module, and Virtual Classroom API. They also enlist the different solutions. So they also provides the different plans and its pricing. So these are the different plans: professional, enterprise, and pay per use. See, to begin with, we need to log into WizIQ. For that, I need to go to Google and use the URL https:/integratingtechnology.wizqxt.com. So this will take me to the dashboard of integrating technology, through which I have received an account in WizIQ. So to log into my WizIQ account, I need to select my account, write its password, click on login, and I'll be taken to the home page of my account. Here you can see the course created by me. Go to the left side. Here is the menu bar where you can see the different menus. At the bottom you can see the user's name. Click on this arrow to know more detail. You can view your profile. You can view your role. There is an option to log out. So click on this arrow again. Now here you can see the library. Click on library. It will take you to the library where you can see all the files which are already uploaded. You can also know the status of the file, whether it is processed or not. So you can see here this file is being processed and it will be available soon. So you can also know the status of file which you are uploading. If you wish to delete any file, you can click on this bin icon, and if you wish to add any file, click on this plus icon. So click on plus icon. You will be asked to create a new folder, or you can directly upload a file. So click on upload a file. You get different options from where you are going to upload the file. So that can be your device, link URL, Gmail, Dropbox, Google Drive, Box, etc. So at present I select my device, click on this plus icon. I go to my desktop where I can select a file. So here is the file selected. Click on upload. So now the file which I have selected is getting uploaded. Once the uploaded is finished, you will get the message as process. So at present it is in a pending mode. Now let's go to the second option, that is how to create a course. Click on courses. Here you can also see the course which I already created. You can view the course here. It gives you the details of the course created, such as it is a scheduled course, the language is English, start date is 21st June, duration 1 week. Here also you can see the various options of assignments, test and live class. So go back, and now here at the right corner down you can see the plus icon. You can click on this icon. It will enable you to create a self-paced course or a scheduled course. At present I will go for a scheduled course. Click on this. It will take me to a page where I can create a course in 3 steps. The first step is course setting, the second step is course schedule, and the third step is course profile. In the course setting, they provide the option to select the type of course, whether it is a free course or a paid course. They also ask the user to select the visibility, whether the course should be visible to all visitors or only to the registered users of the academy, or only to users you enroll. They also provide the facility to add co-instructor from the given list. Here they enables that learners will be forced to complete the activities to proceed further within the course. So you can select enforce sequencing. They also provide the facility to enable the discussions. Once everything is selected, you can click on next. It will take us to schedule the course. To schedule the course, we need to select the start date and the end date. Save the date, and you also need to confirm the date. So click on confirm. Once the date is confirmed, you can enter the course title. You can also add the different activities. They provide the facility of adding the activities which are files, recorded class, assignment and test. So let's add these activities one by one. So click on files. It will take us to upload a file. So you can click on browse and select a file. You can select the file from My Computer, Dropbox, Box, Google Drive, OneDrive, or even a link can be provided. So I click on select a file and I go to my desktop from where I can select a file. So this is the file I select, which gets uploaded now. It will take few seconds to the file to get uploaded. So here the file, so it gives the message the file is uploaded. You can also write the description about the file. Here there is an option whether allow others to download this file, and this is a required activity. I don't allow the learners to download the file, so I uncheck this box. I keep this as a required activity and I click on continue. You can also add files from the library. Now here is the scheduled course with the starting and the end date. the course title, and here is weekly activity. You can add the weeks. So click on add the weeks so as to add the weeks. So here I can add the activity. Let's go for recorded class. You can see these are the recorded class. So I can select any of the class and I can click on add to the course. So this activity is added to the course now. I can go back. Here I can also add another activity on the other day. I can give assignment. You can write the title of the assignment. So here I write assignment 1. I can also write the description about the assignment. Here is the option whether assignment should be submitted at any time or learner will submit on or before the due date. So I go for a second option. You need to select the date and the time, and again I click on this is a required activity. I can select the assignment files either from library or I can browse for the files. So at present I go for a library. I can select this file and add it to assignment. Now I click on create assignment. I can also add a test. So here I can create a test. I can give the test as test title. I can write the description. I can also write some instructions for the test. And these are the basic settings. It will enable us to give the marks is per question or it should be equal. You can also change the marks. Negative marking, yes or no. Test duration, no limit or limit. So I click on limited to, and then each question is for 5 minutes. You can also mention the passing percentage. So I can mention the passing percentage. Click on this is a required activity. There are advanced settings as well. So you click on advanced setting. It will give you the options of number of attempts, whether unlimited or fixed. So will go for fixed. I need to mention the date. Test pause, allowed or not allowed. I select not allowed. Review test attempts, allowed. Show correct answers, yes. There is option of shuffle the answers, questions and section. I select answer choices and I go to the next. If you want to save, you can save. It can be saved as a draft. So I go to the next. So here I am to create a test. It will enable us to import from another test, or you can also import from CSV. At present, I select the option of add question. So click on add question. Here there are three options: MCQ standard, MCQ multi-response, or choice matrix table. I select MCQ standard. Here I need to question title as, say, question 1. Example of MPU. I can add the option as if we wish to add another option, you can add the option. At present, I wish to add only two options. Then you need to go for validation, which is very important. Validation will enable us to set the correct answer. So you can go for a validation. So this is the correct answer. It will also enable us for auto scoring. There is an option of formatting. So you can go for this various formatting. There is also advanced setting. So at present I click on create. So this is the test created with one question. So here is the option to publish the test. So click on publish. Now it is processing. You can see every detail of your test, the test name, the question, section 1, question 2, marks per question, maximum marks, the date of creation, the date of test, the number of attempts, etc. I can go to next. So here all the activities are added to my course. So now I click on next. So here I am for course profile. So I can write the title of the course and subtitle as Introduction to MPU. I can write Introduction of MPU. I also need to highlight the course. So I can write here Introduction, examples, and applications. You can also mention the description of the course. So I can mention so this is short introduction. You can also upload a logo for your course. So click on upload from desktop. Click on browse. And you can select the file. You can also use the option for zoom in and zoom out. So this is the option I can select and click on crop and save. So this adds a logo to my course. I can also select the language of instruction. There are different languages available. You can select the language you require, and then it's always better to save draft and then publish the course. So now I click on publish the course. You will get the message that course MPU has been created successfully. Please refresh the course page to view the course in the course list. So let's go back to the course list. So to go back, I need to close from this icon. So let's close it, and we can see the courses which are already created. So these are the different courses which are created. So we can go to the menu again, and now we can also go for a test. So this gives us the detailed information about the test which are already created. So this is how you can also create test and add it to your course. So these are the number of tests which I already created. So let me go back, and now we shall move ahead for live classes.